Who's ready for another round of hate, lecturing, and franchise destruction? Doesn't that sound like fun? Well, as reported last week, round 2 has officially started as the Doctor Who cast posed for a group photo to celebrate the show being back in production. So it looks like we aren't going to be given much of a choice. Even though we'd all hope that the show would either be canned or get a complete revamp, we should not be surprised by this. Face it, folks, that was never going to happen. The modern BBC is nothing but a propaganda network for regressive leftist politics. It's a medium for degenerates to express their sexist and racist hate, and the people of the UK get to pay for it. If I were you guys, I'd switch en masse to Netflix. Let's face it, the BBC has become pretty 1984-ish. Attempts at thought control are very real in Britain. Unfortunately for the thought controllers, anybody with a brain that isn't a toxic ideologue is having none of it. Doctor Who Series 11 provided undeniable evidence of what the BBC is all about. Chibs and Whittaker are part of this agenda. Do you really think it's any coincidence that Chibs got rid of everyone from the RTD and Moffat eras? The only connection to these eras now is the name. That's it. As reported, the TARDIS has touched down in South Africa, with Jodie Whittaker and her co-stars officially marking the start of production on the new series of Doctor Who. Gee, why South Africa, Chibs? Could you be preparing yet another racist and false morality tale? There shouldn't be any question that this is what they are doing, because they aren't subject to the private market the way other franchises are. The BBC can double down on whatever it wants. If you thought the last series was bad, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is going to be a middle finger to all of us that pointed out the idiocy inherent in Series 11. We called them out on what they were doing, and then they admitted that's what they were doing, and they were actually proud of it. They hate us and they want us to know. They have made it clear that those of us that have loyally supported the show for decades and have spent thousands on merchandise are not wanted. This is now a show for a handful of woke parasites that only represent a very, very small fraction of society. The 13th Doctor and her companions posed for a snap on the set as they started filming. Let's examine this picture for a minute. Look at the smug expression on Whittaker's face. That's directed at us, folks. This is her saying, "Fuck you, straight white male scum. I won." Chibs is probably off to the side wanking with glee. Mandeep Gill is looking a little pompous too. You should be proud, Gill. Somehow you became the most useless companion in Doctor Who history. Bradley Walsh looks genuine. He honestly comes off as a nice guy, and was one of the only good things about the last series. We love you, Graham, and we're sorry you're still trapped in this mess. Then we have Toes and Cole. It looks like he just doesn't give a shit. I think he's actually embarrassed to be involved with Dr. Woke. He has his arm on Whittaker's shoulder like, must I? It's not the first time the crew have headed over to South Africa to film, but the country doubling up as America's Deep South in the show's popular Rosa episode, which saw the team visit the historic moment Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus. Everyone remember that episode? Just do a search for Rosa and my name, and you'll have a good laugh. Oh, did I trigger a few snowflakes with that one. Replacing one form of racism with another form of racism is just being a dick. Have fun in the comments section. While details for the 12th series of the BBC sci-fi drama are still fairly scarce, no they aren't, we already know what it's going to be about. Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall has hinted at the return of more classic monsters from the Whoniverse after the New Year's Day episode Resolution featured a particularly infuriated Dalek. Yep, this is where he emasculates the rest of Doctor Who's history, and I'd be infuriated too if I was that Dalek. I mean, look what Chibs did to it. Knowing that we would have no old monsters in the series was really a build-up for the special, so that's when the Dalek appeared. Yeah, sure it was, Chibs. It's hopefully exciting. It feels rare, and fresh, and thrilling, he said at a screening of the festive special. Ah yes, that special that set a new record for failure. Oh, it was rare indeed, Chibs. Did you like it that we brought back the Dalek in that one? Well, maybe we'll do more then. I'll have a think. Shut up, Chibs. I love how he's convinced himself that he's some brilliant writer that is a master at tricking the audience. You're a master of nothing, Chibs, other than becoming your own meme. On behalf of the 95% of Doctor Who fans that hate what you've done to this franchise, I ask, please do not bring in anything from Doctor Who's past. It's already going to take a decade at the minimum to repair the damage you've done. Please, let's not make it half a century. Most of us will probably be dead by then. But Doctor Who fans are set for a long wait for the 12th series, with the show not set to be on screens until 2020. Curious that, considering they've already started shooting, there is no reason it couldn't air this fall. Perhaps this means that they are concerned about a ratings catastrophe. I mean, even though you don't have to worry about success in financial terms, it might be difficult to claim that your message is getting across if your show manages to dip below 1 million viewers. Perhaps they think this is enough time for everyone to forget the hate session that was Series 11. Kind of like an abusive partner. Yeah, sorry guys, unfortunately, you have people like myself and many other YouTubers, as well as many people outside of this platform, that will not allow anyone to forget what you did. And Whittaker isn't looking to regenerate anytime soon, previously expressing her excitement at getting back to the TARDIS. Nope, this little narcissist has the perfect vehicle to express her hate. So at some point in 2020, probably as far back as they can push it, we're gonna get Dumpster Fire Abomination the sequel. Obviously, I'm not looking forward to the series, but I am looking forward to ripping it apart on this channel. It's gonna be a fun time. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching and have a great day.